This is the Goingmake miter gauge. This is a recent addition to my shop, but I really like this, super excited about it, and I'm really glad I picked this one up. Let me walk you through some of the features of it and tell you why you might want this one in your space. The main reason you're going to pick up a miter gauge is to either do cross cuts or mitered cuts at your table saw, and this one makes it really, really simple. You can see I'm set here at 0, and then if I want to make miters at 60 up to 65 degrees either direction, I can do that. All you do is slide back this thumb knob, slide it over to unlock the pin that sits in any of these registration holes, and then loosen the knob. I already had it loose. And then you simply rotate one way or the other. This pin here can then register at several key detents along the saw. So we got 0, we've got 15, 22 and a half, 30, 45, and 60 degrees. So key detents, or you can stop anywhere in between at any of these measurements. So all you do is release that pin when you're close to the detent you want to slide into. It'll slide into place. To get it back out, pull it back towards you and slide it either left or right, and you can move again. So if we want to make a 45-degree cut, we're going to get close to that 45-degree detent, slide this over, and then lock us into place. I'm going to lock both this knob and this big red handle. So that has my miter gauge now set to 45 degrees. I can make a nice mitered cut, and then say I got to go to a different angle. Easy enough to loosen that. Loosen the red handle on top and move this around. If I want to go 45 the other direction, that's easy enough to do. One of the things that I really like about this miter gauge is this flip stop. So not only is it just a standard flip stop, you get that down in place, get it where you want it. It comes with this auxiliary foot that, say you're using a sacrificial fence here, you can get this set so that this is then going to register off the sacrificial fence. Instead of just bumping out and not being lined up the way it should be. It also comes with a separate registration pin, so if you're working with mitered pieces where that end is mitered, you can slide this pin in, still be able to register on a mitered piece where you might not be able to otherwise. In addition to the different ways you can use the stop itself, it has an indicator here on top that once you've got this gauge registered, you're easily able to set this at a specific distance from your saw blade. And then, if you need to fine tune things, loosen this knob here, and you are able to use this micro adjust to make, I think this is 1/1000th or 0.025 millimeter adjustment. So you loosen that here, and then all you got to do is twist this, and you can see this indicator making very, very small micro adjustments as you fine tune your cut and get it dialed in exactly how you want it. Goingmake's miter gauge isn't limited to the 24-inch bar. You loosen this brass knob here, and then this whole bit slides out to give you up to 36 inches of crosscut support. They've even added an additional dial or indicator here on top so that you can see and be able to still use your flip stop as a registration point, which I think that is super cool. Obviously, you're going to want to spend a little bit of time getting that dialed in perfect, and the instruction manual actually walks you through how easily you can get that set up. For the most part, Goingmake's miter gauge is toolless, which I really, really like. The one exception is this little flip stop. So say you want to make repeated cuts. All you've got to do to loosen this is this Allen wrench, and you're able to slide this back and forth, get that set where you want it, and then tighten it down to be able to keep that in place. And then you're able to use this flip stop to make repeated cuts at the same distance to your blade over and over and over again. Repeatability in cuts is just a huge, huge advantage to a miter gauge like this one. Then comes the question of, is this accurate? And so far, I have found this gauge to be very accurate. I'm cutting a 45-degree cut here, and then I'll grab one of my bench squares to show you that that is at 45. You can definitely tell I don't have my dust collection on. I probably should do that. So here's that bench square. I'm going to line that up, and you can see, it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see that the cut on the wood lines up perfectly with the 45-degree angle on this bench square. You can see it a little better as I turn it over, and then there is nothing sticking out. So if you're wondering if it's accurate, I have found it to be so far, and I think it will be in the future. So if you're in the market for a miter gauge with an extendable fence, I can't recommend this one enough. I am super excited to have it, and I think you'll love it in your shop.